I'll be fine.
I was you last week. I know exactly what you're going through.
You didn't have to sit through this championship game, though.
No, but I did sit out our first state title game. That wasn't easy to do.
For all I know, this could be my only shot at it.
Then I guess we'll just have to do this all over again next season, huh?
Good luck out there tonight.
Thanks.
Who rained on your parade, Little Miss Sunshine?
I am not in the mood for this right now.
It's because you're not playing, I take it.
Like I haven't had a bad enough day already. Now I have to deal with you.
I know you're upset. But that dude Tommy's your brother. And brothers should always have each other's backs. And wipe that sourpuss look off your face. It's game time.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as it's the USC Trojans taking on the Oregon Ducks.
You okay, son?
Yeah, Coach, I just...
Tommy. You all right, Tommy?
We need some help over here! Hurry!
You got my back, right?
Of course. Always.
Then go out there and finish this thing.
One shot. That's all any of us ever really gets. Waited my whole life for my one shot at being a head coach. And here I am. This is your one shot to go out there and show the world who you are. Are you the guy who's going to lead this team to victory? Or are you going to be remembered as the guy who got caught up in the moment and let it all slip away? I know you're worried about Tommy. Sure, we all are. But this is your one moment. Now get after it, son. Get some.
Wonder if this pressure is perhaps getting to this young Oregon quarterback. They trail at the break. Back now in this national championship game and what has been a tough defensive battle. And as we get ready for the second half kickoff, worth noting that Tommy Matthews does not appear to have exited the locker room with his team. I'll keep you updated as we receive more information. The Trojan offense ready to get their next drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Charles. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards there to begin the third quarter. They also lead by 3 points. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Washington now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, Flynn. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Flynn. This complete to the tight end, Clay. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now an update, by the way, on Tommy Matthews still in the locker room. We're not hearing much in the way of details, but we are being told that his return to this ball game is doubtful. Lucky for Coach O'Brien, his team's got a pretty good alternative. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now throwing on first down and completing it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And now, folks, we are getting confirmation on what we heard earlier about quarterback Tommy Matthews. He will not be returning to this football game.
And he started in this one after having not started in the semifinal, but they've gone back and forth all year long, and now with Tommy Matthews ruled out for the rest of the game, the national championship now rests on the shoulders of his high school teammate and friend. He gets his opportunity to put a ring on the fingers of his teammates.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good... And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. After the departure of Tommy Matthews at the half, the offense able to regroup and put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's something they couldn't accomplish in the first 2 quarters of this game. So finally, finding their way downfield. I think Coach Red O'Brien, he had shown a preference for the quarterback. But this kid who's out there right now, one thing we know about him, he's a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was just going to say that, Charles. He's a fighter, and he does have plenty of upside. We know that he can lead. You and I, sitting with him this week, didn't you just see a guy who could step into any locker room and control the presence of his teammates?
Well, I just remember when we left that room, you said 2 things to me. I think this kid's going to be poised under pressure, and to me, he's a natural leader, and I concur with both of those statements.
Here's 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Operating from the gun, Flynn. He'll get this to Ward, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. For USC, such a storied program. 11 times they've been crowned national champions, beginning with the earliest way back in 1928, all the way until their most recent title in 2004. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the defense has come up with it. Defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
3 quarters in the books. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. And his kick here is good. That'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
1st and 10 at their own 25
USC offense about set to take over here. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Down he goes.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead,
and he lost the football. Charles loses it. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ferguson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
The Trojan offense ready to get their next drive started. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Off play action. Flynn in trouble, and he's taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. From the gun, Flynn. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. And what a big-time play there. 41 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They run it. It's Charles. And he is in for a USC touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball around.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. Boy, this is such a nerve-wracking time right now for both of these fan bases. And heck, my palms are sweating, CD. I don't even have a dog in the fight right now.
Yeah, and you're doing better than me because it's just your palms sweating. Right now, I have soaked my shirt with this ball game and everything going on. Can you imagine what it's like for that young quarterback down on the field if you and I are like this?
That's the thing. Your right leg is tapping up and down. My left leg's tapping up and down. I can only imagine what it's like to be inside that helmet. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24.
The SC offense about set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Seems pretty obvious defensively the key was stopping the run game. How they done it so successfully.
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On fourth down, Flynn. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. First down and then some at midfield. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
They changed quarterbacks at half and did not miss a beat. Here they are, your national champions. And And celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback as thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews. But for now, jubilation as they are the national champions.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although only one of the Heartbreak Kids was out there in the second half, Tommy's spirit was with him, and I believe...
You hear from Mr. Matthews?
The hoodie gave it away.
He's stable. But we're only allowing family to go back right now.
That's great, because he's my brother.
I'm proud of what he's accomplished this season.
I think there's only one individual on everyone's mind tonight. This one's for my brother, Tommy Matthews.
You think that's something? You should see it in person. Oh, man. That's so cool. Thanks so much for coming and bringing this.
You kidding me? I wouldn't miss this for anything. Coach and the guys did their best. They waited as long as they could, but no one knew when you might wake up, so they had to catch their flights back. I told Coach I wasn't about to split up the Heartbreak Kid, so I stayed behind, make sure you were all right.
Thanks, man. I'm just glad you're here.
But hey, they did leave you the trophy. They wanted to make sure you had it when you woke up. How you feeling, buddy?
Like a sack of crap.
It's funny, because that's exactly what I was going to say you look like.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make it win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. Together.
Doc said I shouldn't overdo it.
Did she say what caused all this?
Yeah. Something about the stress from my filthy roommate leaving his dishes lying around the apartment. She said if it weren't for that, I'd be the pinnacle of health.
Please.
Hey, seriously. You gotta start cleaning up after yourself. It's ridiculous.
Really? Right now? Yeah. Is that him? He's an hour early. Coach?
Don't look too disappointed.
No. I was just suspecting Tommy. Come in. Care for a cupcake?
No, thanks.
So, you here for the party?
No, give me a minute.
Okay, Coach.
Actually, I'm here to talk to you about next season.
Yeah, sure, talk away.
It was something you said at the start of the season earlier. It really stuck with me. It's
Something good, I hope?
Well, it was something you said about treat your men like your beloved sons, and they'll follow you into the deepest valley. And that really got me. It got me thinking about the way I treat you boys, and I wasn't being fair to you, and Tommy for that matter, or the team.
Wow, Coach, I really appreciate that.
All that being said, I wanted to go into the off-season with everyone on the same page. I figured the best way that we could do that would be to announce a starter. Tommy's gonna be our starter.
But how could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even going to be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's gonna be right as rain.
I just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision, but I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it means that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft, and based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the 3rd round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
And my other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Your talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm gonna give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. Well, Tommy's already tried recruiting me to come back so we can win the title together.
Does that mean you're in?
Plus, he did switch positions once, and you see how well that worked out for him. I guess I can try it too. The Heartbreak Kids are back, baby!
Was he eavesdropping?
Always.
I'm not sure what's more strange, that interaction or the general cleanliness of this apartment.
Cupcake? It wasn't an easy decision at the time, but I don't regret it for a second. Of course, everyone's first thought was, where am I gonna play? It felt good, telling everyone I was sticking around and Tommy and I were gonna play together. The next question was, did it actually work out?
Pretty drastic turn of events for Coach O'Brien's program. I mean, the defensive pantry has been pretty much left dry with most of that elite unit having bolted for the NFL. But today, Coach O'Brien revealed a new strategy, and I think it's kind of brilliant. Get both Heartbreak Kids on the field at the same time. I mean, it's really a brilliant move. Here's the deal. You got to get all of your talented players on the field at once, certainly if they're going to rely on the offense for a change to be the strength of this team if they're planning on making another run at it.